everyone, welcome to this session of Class 6 Mathematics, and I am your Anu again. Today we are going to see exercise 7.4 and it's a continuation. We have done 7.4 exercise, some 5 exercise we have finished, isn't it? So let's continue with the 6th problem. So what does the 6th one say? The following fractions just represent 3 different fractions. Okay, so there are some fractions given here. They just represent 3 set of fractions. Okay, 3 different fractions. So what are the other fractions? Separate them into 3 groups of equivalent fractions by changing each one to its simplest form. So they have given you 2 things here, equivalent fractions, and you have to change them to the simplest form. So that is the idea behind this. So we are continuously seeing equivalent fractions. How do we find equivalent fractions and how do we make fractions to their simplest form too? We have seen, isn't it? So let's do that exercise once again. See, 2 divided by 12. So if we are able to reduce the fraction, that is either that is dividing both the numerator and denominator by the common factor, by the same number. Okay, so 2 divided by 12, we have a common divisor, that is 2 here. So divide both the numbers by 2. 2 ones are 2, you get 2 ones are 2 and 2 6 are 12. So 1 by 6. More than this I won't be able to reduce, isn't it? So this is the simplest form, and this is the equivalent. This is also equivalent fraction to 2 by 12, isn't it? 2 by 12 has been reduced to 1 by 6. It means 1 by 6 and 2 by 12 are equivalent fractions. Now 3 by 15 can also be reduced because 3 is a common factor for both the numbers. So 1 3s are 3 and 3 5s are 15, isn't it? Yes. Now this 8 and 50, when you see 8 and 50, I've told you, if you can find the common factor at one stretch, you can do it. Otherwise, start with 2. If it's an even number, start with 2. It will be very easy for you. So I start with 2. 2 4s are 8 and 2 25s are 50. Now 4 and 25 doesn't have any other common factor other than 1, doesn't it? So this is the simpler form. I'll stop with this. So 4 divided by 25. Now 16 divided by 100. When I see 16 and 100, I can just say they both are divisible by 4. If at all you can divide by 4, you can find out it is 4, you can divide. Otherwise, I told you, you start with 2. Okay, it will also be easy for you. I start with 4. So 4 4s are 16 and 4 25s are 100. See, now you can see you have obtained 2 fractions with 4 by 25 in the reduced form, isn't it? So what does it say? 16 by 100 and 8 by 20 are equivalent fractions. Okay, so now 10 by 60 again. 10 by 60 can be reduced obviously by 10, isn't it? So 10 ones are 10 and 10 6 are 60. Now the next one, 15 divided by 75. So 15 divided by 75, let us take 5. Okay, so 5 3s are 15 and for 75 15s are, isn't it? 5 15s are 75. Again this this can be divided by 3, so it comes to 1 by 5. See, 1 by 5, 1 by 5 here again. So 3 by 15 and 15 by 75 are equivalent fractions, of course. Now 12 divided by 60, by seeing it we can say the common factor which divides both the numerator and denominator is 12, isn't it? So 12 ones are 12 and 12 5s are 60, isn't it? So 1 by 5. See again, 1 by 5 I have got here. 15 by 75, 12 by 60 and 3 by 15 are all equivalent fractions. Now 16 divided by 96. Now 16 divided by 96 can also be divided by 4 again. So 4 4s are 16 and 4 24s are 96. Okay, so this can further be reduced to 1 divided by 6. When I divide it by 4, I get 1 by 6. Now 12 divided by 75. Now 12 by 75, I can reduce it by 3. Okay, so 3 4s are 12, 3 2s are 6 and 5. Now 4 by 25. See, 4 by 25 I have obtained here too. So 8 by 50, 16 by 100 and 12 by 75 are all equivalent fractions. Now 12 divided by 72. So how do I do 12 by 72? The common factor which divides 12 and 72 is, yes, 6. Okay, so I mean 6, I mean I can take 6 also, I can take 12 too, so both are same. So 12, if I take 6, it becomes 2 divided by 1, 12. So 2 divided by 12, again I need to divide it by 2, so that is 1 by 6. Either I can do it directly by 12, 12 ones are 12 and 12 6 are 72, or else if I divide it by 6, I get 2 by 12 first and then 1 by 6. If you observe, 10 by 60 and 12 by 72 and 2 by 12 are all equivalent fractions. Now 3 by 18 again, it is divisible by 3 and you get 1 by 6 again. So it joins the category of 2 by 12, 3 by 18 and 12 by 72, 10 by 60 are all equivalent fractions. Now the last thing is 4 by 25. I told you 4 by 25 can't be simplified further. So I have got some 3 set of fractions in its simpler form. So I need to take all those things. So let us somewhat differentiate between all those things. Okay, so 1 by 6, as I keep it as it is. See, 1 by 5, we'll put it in another color so that we'll be able to identify. Here 1 by 5 and here too I have 1 by 5. Again where I have 1 by 5, so that's it, I have 1 by 5. Now 4 by 25, let me put that in a different color, 4 by 25, so that you will be able to identify 4 by 25. 4 divided by, and here too 4 divided by 25, and as such 4 divided by 25 we have here, isn't it? So see, we have got three set of fractions which are equivalent. 1 by 6, here 1 by 6, and here too 1 by 6, 1 by 6 and 1 by 6 here. So the rest of things, 1 by 5, they are all equivalent fractions. 1 by 5 here, 12 by 60 again 1 by 5, 15 by 75 again 1 by 5, isn't it? So that's it. See how we have got three set of, as they have said, we have got three set of fractions like 1 by 6. See, 1 by 6 here, that is 2 by 12, 3 by 18, 16 by 96, 10 by 60, 12 by 72. They are all equivalent fractions. Okay, they are all one set because it get reduced to 1 by 6, and 3 by 15, 12 by 60, 15 by 75. These three are equivalent fractions because they are reduced to 1 by 5, and 8 by 50, 16 by 100, 12 by 75 and 4 by 25. See, they are all equivalent fractions because they get reduced to 4 by 25. Do you understand? So that is how we can find, by bringing it to simpler form, simplest form, we can find whether they are equivalent or not. Okay, so the next one is find answers and write and indicate how you solve them. Actually, you need to find the answers. See, they have asked you to compare. Is 5 by 9 equal to 4 by 5, 9 by 16 equal to 5 by 9, 4 by 5 equal to 16 by 20, and 1 by 15 equal to 4 by 30. So the comparison can be done in any way. It can be, this system, we can reduce them into simpler form and we can say whether they are equal or greater or lesser or not. And the other method is by seeing the denominator or the numerator we can compare, or by changing the denominator to its LCM we can compare to. Sometimes it is possible for us to compare by drawing number lines, but denominators, if the denominators are very large, it will become a tedious process. So we'll set aside the number line method and we'll do the sum with the rest of the methods. Okay. Now you can see, find answers. Now, what is 5 by 9 equal to 4 by 5? Okay. 5 by 9 equal to 4 by 5. Let's see whether it is equal. 5 by 9 and 4 by 5. Okay, we need to compare them. See, either the denominator or the numerator, they are not same. So what we can do is we can find the LCM of the denominator. So LCM of the denominators, that is 9 and 5. What is the LCM of 9 and 5? See, I have told you to find the LCM in the easiest way. The easiest way of finding the LCM of two numbers or three numbers is just see the bigger number. Okay, 9 is the bigger number, so you can say the tables of 9, or you can say the multiples of 9, and you can see which is the first multiple which occurs in all the numbers. Okay, so 9 ones are 9, 2s 18, then 3 is 27, 4 36, and 5 45. So 45 is the first, that is the common multiple between 9 and 5. So 45 is the LCM, or else you can multiply both the numbers, you get 45. Okay, so with 45, I change 5 by 9 to 45 by multiplying it by 5, numerator also with 5, and this with 9 to get 45 in the denominator. Okay, so 45, this becomes 25, and here this becomes 36 and 45. Now which is, see, I compare, is 5 by 9 equal to 4 by 5? No, it is not equal, isn't it? So because we have the denominator same and the numerators, we have different numerators, so 36 by 45 is greater, so naturally 4 by 5 is greater. So 5 by 9 is less than 4 by 5. So even though you have, see, denominator is greater and here denominator is lesser, even though it is greater, but 4 by 5 is the greatest one, because is a greater one, because we have seen upon changing the denominator, same denominator, we have 36 by 45 which is greater. So 4 by 5 is greater than 5 by 9. Okay, so take a note of it, or just note it down. By finding LCM, we can compare the two fractions. Now the next one, the second one. What is the second one? 9 by 16 and 5 by 9 here. Okay, so this cannot, 9 by 16 cannot be reduced into simpler form now. Now again 16 and 9 has to be taken, and the LCM of 16 and 9. Okay, so what is LCM of 16 and 9? So I take 2 here, 8s are, and 9. Again 2, 4 and 9, 2, 2 and 9. So this is a conventional method by which I find the LCM, and this is 3 3s are. Okay, so this is a method, long division method. So 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16, 16 3s are 48, and 48 into 3 becomes 12, 144. So 144 is the LCM of 16 and 9. That is, you multiply 16 and 9, that also gives you 144. So 16 into 9, 9 into 9, this into 16 into 16. So it becomes 144 in the denominator for both of the numbers, both of the fractions. It is 81 here, and this is 90. Isn't it? 16 into 5, sorry, 8. 16 5s are 80, isn't it? So 80 by 144. Now which is greater? 81. See, 81 divided by 144 is greater than 80, obviously. So 9 by 16 is greater than 5 by 9, of course. So they are not equal. So the second fraction is also not equal. We have 9 by 16 greater than 5 by 9 by finding the LCM. Okay, just note it down. Now next is the third one, is 4 by 5 equal to 16 by 20. Now 16 by 20 can be reduced to simplest form, isn't it? So I have 4 as the common factor, so this becomes 4 by 5. See, on reducing I get 4 by 5 which is equal to 4 by 5. So here too I have 4 by 5, and here too you have 4 by 5. Therefore 16 by 20 is just equal to 4 by 5. So the third fraction is equal. Okay, so the third sum, you have the both the fractions to be equal. 4 by 5 is equal to 16 by 20. How? When we reduce the 16 by 20 to its simplest form, we get 4 by 5 again. So these two fractions are equal. Okay, So they are equivalent to and they are equal fractions. Now the next one is 1 by 15 and 4 by 30. So 4 by 30. Now 4 by 30 can be reduced, isn't it? So I take 2 as a common factor. So this becomes 2 2s are 4 and 2 15s are 30. Now we have here, see, same denominators we have. We have reduced it to same denominators. So 1 by 15 and 2 by 15 if you take, see, denominators are same. So obviously 2 by 15 is greater. Therefore 1 by 15 is less than 4 by 30, or 4 by 30 is greater than 1 by 15. Do you understand? So that is how we find out whether a given fraction is greater, lesser or equal to another fraction. Do you understand? Yes. Just note it down. We have still some 3 problems left out in this exercise. We'll solve them one by one. And now we have the story problems. So the 8th problem is, Ila reads, see, he reads 25 pages, okay. The pages read are 25 pages. And there are totally how many pages in the book? There are 100 pages. So in a book there are 100 pages and Ila reads just 25 pages. Okay, but what happens is, there is another girl called Lalita and she finishes 2 by 5 of the book. Okay, so this can be done in 2 ways. I'll explain you how to do it. So 2 by 5 of the book. Now the question is, who read less? Actually, out of Ila and Lalita, who read less? So who read less number of pages in the book? Okay, now 25 pages out of 100 pages was Ila's. So first we'll find out Ila's. So what is it? Total number of pages is 100. So if we have to write the fraction, just write the total number of pages in the denominator and the read number of pages, that is 25 upon top. So when we reduce, it comes to, see, I can reduce this by common fraction, by common factor 25, isn't it? So 25 ones are 25, 25 fours are 100. So this comes to 1 by 4. But what happens is, Lalita has read 2 by 5. So Lalita's fraction is 2 by 5. Now what we need to do, again like the previous sum, we need to compare 1 by 4 and 2 by 5. See, 1 by 4 and 2 by 5 needs to be compared. Now what we have to do is, we need to find the LCM of 4 and 5. Isn't it? 4 and 5, the LCM is 20. So multiply this by 5 and this by 5, this by 4 and 4. So you get 20 in the denominator, you have 5 here upon top and you have 8 here upon top. So 2 by 5 yields you more. See, 8 by 20. So this is greater, isn't it? So 2 by 20 yields you more, isn't it? So 2 by 5 is greater than 1 by 4. So what happens? Lalita has read more and Ila has read less. So what is the number of pages? What are the number of pages Ila has read? It is 25 pages. Okay. Now we know that Lalita has read more number of pages. A step ahead, we'll find out what is the number of pages that Lalita has read. It is just sufficient if you find out who has read less. That is, Ila has read less, that we have found out, isn't it? By comparing the fraction, we have seen that Lalita has read more. 2 by 5 is greater than 1 by 4. So therefore we have concluded that Lalita has read more number of pages. But what we need to do here is, we need to know some more things. So we'll find out how many pages Lalita has read. So what we can do is, see, they have given you 2 by 5 of the book, isn't it? So from this we can find out the number of pages Lalita has read. See, 2 by 5, if they have given you of, it means you have to multiply with, the book has 100 pages. So out of 100 pages, she has read 2 by 5 of it, isn't it? The fraction she has read is 2 by 5. Now 2 by 5 into 100, you need to write 2 by 5 into 100. If they have given you of, see, the word of is there. So 2 by of some quantity, 2 by some of some quantity if you are given with, then you need to multiply with the quantity. Okay, so 2 by 5 into 100, we can multiply 2 and 100 as such. So because 100 is in the numerator, 200 divided by 5 will become 40. See now, Lalita has read how many pages? This is equal to 40 pages. So obviously Lalita has read more number of pages than Ila. So we have found out the number of pages too, and we have also found out through fraction who had read less. So Ila has read 25 pages, which is less than 40 pages. Okay, do you understand? So this is how we can find out who has read more and who has read less. Just take a note of it. We move on to the next problem. Now, what does the ninth problem say? See, you have two persons exercising. Okay, so one is Rafiq and the other one is Rohit. Okay, they are exercising and Rafiq exercises for 3 by 6 of an hour. Okay, and Rohit exercises 3 by 4 of an hour. Okay, now who exercised for a longer time, they've asked you. So he has exercised 3 by 6 of an hour and Rohit has exercised 3 by 4 of an hour. Okay, so leave this part of an hour. We'll find out later on. If we have to find, we can find, like the previous problem, we can find that too. But it is enough if you find who has exercised more. Okay, now 3 by 6 and 3 by 4 are the fractions to be compared. Okay, now denominator is not same, we know. But what happens is numerator is same here. So we know the method of comparing fractions when numerators are same also, isn't it? It is just the reverse of the fractions which have denominator same. When the denominator is same, you just compare the numerator, which is smaller, then that becomes a smaller fraction, which is bigger, then that becomes a bigger fraction. And then in this case, when numerators are same, it is just the reverse. The denominator, we see the denominator. If the denominator is greater, then that fraction becomes lesser. And if the denominator is lesser, then that fraction becomes greater. So according to this, numerators are same, denominators are different, and this is the smaller denominator. So 3 by 4 is greater than 3 by 6. Okay, do you understand? Because three whole parts are given and it has to be divided into 4 equal parts. So 4 parts, total number of parts is 4. You have to divide these 3 full objects to 4 different parts. But what happens here is, you are given with 6, you are given with 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the same 3 parts, the same 3 things has to be divided, the same 3 objects has to be divided into 6 parts. Okay, so then each part will reduce in size than those parts. So that is the understanding behind numerators being same. Okay, so what you need to do is 3 by 6, 3 by 4, you just see the denominator and see which is smaller, then that fraction becomes greater. Okay, that is 3 by 4 is greater. Now we'll see how many hours they have exercised. 3 by 6 of an hour. What is an hour? We take it as 60 minutes. Okay, next 3 by 4 into 60 minutes. Now 63, I can do it like this. 180 divided by 60, that will give you 30. And this is 180 divided by 4. 4 4s are 16, so 45. See, by doing like this also, we have got 45 minutes for Rohit and 30 minutes for Rafiq. So Rohit has exercised more than Rafiq. Okay, so we have obtained the minutes too by substituting 60 minutes for 1 hour, and 3 by 6 of 60 minutes will give you 30 minutes. 3 by 4 of 60 minutes will give you 45 minutes. Do you understand? So that is how That is how we solve the sum, and we have done and we have learned an extra thing too, how to find out the quantity. Okay, the fraction other than the fraction, we have also found out how to find the quantity it involved. Okay, so that is the thing. So we will move on to the next problem. Now the last problem of this exercise is the 10th one. We have in a class of 25 students, see class A, and there is another class B2. Okay, so class A, class B students have to score marks of 60% and more. See, have to score 60 percentage and above. Okay, they need to score 60% and above. So in the class A you have 25 students, and in the class B you have 30 students. Okay, here you have 25 students and in class B you have 30 students. So they are the total number of students. Total number of students in class A and B are 25 and 30 respectively. Okay, now 20 students, the students who have passed students with 60% and above. Okay, so now what is that number? In class A it is 20 and in class B it is 24. So this is a question. There are two classes, class A and class B, and class A, class B students, are the total number of students are 25 and 30 respectively for class A and class B. Okay, so they need to score 60% and above marks in a particular subject. So the passed students with 60% and above in class A is 20 and in class B it is 24. Now, which class has a greater fraction? They have asked you which class have got the greater fraction out of these two. Okay, so let us find out what we need to find. So the passed students here, always put the total number in the denominator. So 25 students is the total number of students here in class A. In class B it is 24 divided by 30. Now how to compare which one has a greater fraction? Which class has a greater fraction? Again we need to simplify it, isn't it? So 20 divided by 25 can be made into simpler fraction by just dividing it by 5, isn't it? 5 is the common factor. So 20 by 25 becomes 4 by 5. And here this one can be reduced. How it can be reduced? This can be reduced by 6. 6 is the common factor, isn't it? 6 4s are 24 and 6 5s are 30. Now you just see the two fractions. What are they? They are just the same, isn't it? So 20 by 25 also gives you 4 by 5 as a simpler fraction, and 24 by 30 also yields you 4 by 5 as the simplest fraction. So what do we conclude? What do we infer from this? We say 20 by 25 is just equal to 24 by 30. That is, both the classes have got equal fraction. That is, they have got equal number of students who have passed the exam with 60% and above. So the fraction is equal. There is no, the class A is not greater than class B or class B is not greater than class A. Both are equal because we have reduced the fraction to its simpler form and we have found out that both are equal. Now do you understand how do we conclude and how do we bring them to simpler fraction, and then how do we compare them? So this is all about equivalent fractions and comparing fractions by making them into simplest form, and also by applying LCM for the denominator. We have found out the equivalent fractions in its simpler form also. So now let's move on to the next exercise in the next class, and we'll see what fraction has to do in that exercise. Okay, until then keep revising, and it's bye from Anu. Thank you.